What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys. And of course, as always, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Take a second, hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all social media at My Cowboys Family, and of course, hop in the Discord. Link for that's in the description box down below.
What's up, everybody? We were going to skip today. You know, not going to be that much news today, right? Rookie minicamp on the way. As you can see on the thumbnail, you got to earn those stars. But that didn't start today. That's actually starting tomorrow. We'll get into that a little bit more. But you see a lot of question marks and X's on the screen. Yeah, some guys are gone. Some guys might be coming on here. And we also got Micah in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Little update there as well. Anyways, we got that and more tonight. It's almost going to be a Cowboy quickie in a way. But this information may be something we need to discuss a little longer in the chat with you guys. So we'll get into all of this and all of that in a moment.
We
But
don't
first,
want to clickbait you guys with a Cowboy quickie.
we never will clickbait you guys. But we will shout out those that represent the board here last week and is this week's champions, baby. Without further ado, you know this name. He's been around for over 2 years. Dominator, the sponsor of the week, the great Jason Renfro.
Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate you. Not just the sponsor of the week, but for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row, he's the membership gifting king as well.
What a great way of giving the love here. Much love to Jason Renfro, who also has 100 points on that stream boss. So the man is just ripping it up.
And is fully loaded.
He's got 3 out of the 4 boards. The other board is the Cash App crown, the king of the Cash App, and that's McLovin. Much love to the man McLovin, last week's champion. When it comes to this week, though, we have a tie in first place when it comes to the gifting board. Skeptical fans got 1 gifted membership so far this week, and so does Jason Renfro. Is he going for more? Is he going for that 5 on it? It's a battle between him and Skeptical. See who wins that crown. If Jason wins it, it's 5 in a row for Jason Renfro. And then the Cash App and the overall board. We have a new leader on both those boards, and it's the same person. It is one of our star level members. Also After Dark, stars, you can say, Marissa Sparkle.
Ooh.
Yes, she is currently in first place on the overall board and in first place on the Cash App board. I want to give some late night After Dark shout outs to Sco971, who's right up there in a tie with McLovin for second place. Of course, Marissa Sparkle, multi super cockle. We also have Smokey and even Queenie. Yeah, even her. They gave the love yesterday on the After Dark session. They're on the board there. So appreciate you guys. And, also membership-wise, big shout-out to Lincoln Kane, JD from DC, and Bootzilla with their memberships re-upping on that side of things. Also, in the thanks button side of things, we got Dwayne Broussard giving some thanks love, and Skeptical Fan also giving some love in the thanks. Dwayne Broussard said on our video with Luke Skywalker, Uncle Luke, going to the Cowboys, and Jerry Jones, what the hell's going on? He gave a $2 holler. He said, thanks. Thank you, Dwayne Broussard, the OG, the top dog. And also a big thanks to Skeptical Fan. Why? Because he was referring to the Zay Jones information we're going to talk about tonight. He said, quote, I'll take Jerry, doesn't do shit for 500. Is that a little early for the cursing there? YouTube, I'm sorry if I did. But much love to Skeptical Fan.
I think we're hopefully deep enough.
Much love to Skeptical Fan with the $2 holler there, and Dwayne Broussard, the $2 holler in the thanks. And that's been adjusted already on the overall board. Remember, a lot of these things are very important this week because we're going to have a major raffle for a couple jerseys here brought to you by the Lunatic. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I also want to shout out the different ways of dropping the love here, whether it is in the super chat side of things or the thanks button, like we just said. You could jump in the membership, and you can also gift memberships just like that. Skeptical Fan gifting a membership.
Woo.
Colleen K, congratulations. You got that navy blue crew for a month for free to try it out. You can upgrade. You can stay in there.
You can see drop them if you got them, guys.
Yeah. And the membership side of things.
Thank you again, Skeptical Fan, for showing the love there.
You know what that means, though? Skeptical is now in first place all by himself against Jason Renfro.
There you go.
He's got 2 on it. He's got a safety right now. Jason Renfro got the old school 1 point. 1 point conversion. So big shout out to both you guys. And now Skeptical Fan all by himself. Currently, right now, he was yesterday in first. He was anyone to tie with Jason. Now Skeptical in first place all by himself on the gifting board. And big shout outs to him. Big congrats to Colleen. And just big shout outs to everybody in the house here. Skeptical, he's a little bit away from jumping over Gloria on the overall board.
That's right.
So there's gifting memberships just like that. A great way of helping out the channel. and helping out, the channel, and somebody who doesn't have a membership, they can get in some of these raffles and maybe even have a chance to get some perks on this thing, along with the other perks like emojis and other shout outs.
Yes.
Anyways, so appreciate you, Skeptical Fan, on there. But baby, there's 4 other ways people can drop the love. That's not just on the YouTube side. There's the Cash App Crown. Of course, it affects the overall board as well, but it's also the Cash App side. Baby, what are the 4 ways?
You have, of course, the Cash App money sign MyCowboysFamily, the Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, the regular PayPal link, and the Streamlabs link, of course, lets your comment show up on screen like a super chat.
Yeah, when it comes to the memberships, Navy, Blue, Silver, much love to you guys. We get the star and over everything levels, and we got to shout them out. We do this on the nightly for those in those level of memberships, baby, who are the fantastic star level members.
Thank you very much, Skeptical Fan, Jason Renfro, Lincoln Kane, Dwayne Broussard, Marissa Sparkle, Choctaw Montana 808, and The Lunatic.
Ooh, yes, appreciate all you guys. We have that monthly raffle thing going down when it comes to the memberships, and if the weekly winner also gets a bonus raffle entry for this at the end of the month of May. So we may see a winner come up at the end of the month on this. We definitely will see a winner at the end of the month on these level memberships. We also have a special raffle going down, just finishing up this weekend. So you want to get in this, now's one of the last chances. On Sunday night, on our final stream of the week, we're going to have this huge double jersey raffle. The Lunatic, his draft jersey raffles. One represents day 1, the second one represents day 2 of the draft. And this week we got the the rookies at rookie mini camp. We're going to see them on the field. They're going to earn those stars. Well, 2 of you guys are going to earn one of these jerseys each, sewn and stitched. New school or old school, different styles from every era and Cowboy players, probably 30 or 40 different ones to choose from. You choose from what we have, and it's also, if you're a team, you're not a fan of the Cowboys, if you're in this raffle, there's every team's available,
yep.
Every sport available. Lesser number of people to pick from. The Cowboys, we got a whole bunch. So check it out. To get in this raffle, it's pretty easy, baby. I mean, there's a couple ways of upping your chances as well of getting one of these jerseys.
That's right. If you drop $10, bam, you're automatically entered. And if every additional $10 on top of that is an additional bonus, you keep on stacking entries there. So
it ups your chances to win one of these jerseys. And once you hit the $10 threshold, if you're in the membership, navy, blue, silver, star, or over everything,
you get an extra bonus entry.
Yeah, just upping your chances to win one of these authentic, sewn and stitched jerseys. So can't wait to see the winners at the end of the week. And hey, we keep adding, like I said, Skeptical Fan and Dwayne Broussard dropping a little thanks here, a little thanks there. That adds up, and they build towards, raffle entries on this thing. So we'll see how that goes. And now I want to know who's in the house talking some Cowboy football. Are we getting a new receiver? We got rid of one. Are we getting a new one? We'll talk about it.
We'll have to see. Let me go ahead and shout out John Syme. What's up?
Yeah.
Glad to see you're feeling better here.
Yes.
Brandon J. Hello and hi. Skeptical Fan always. Staying skeptical.
Always.
Even you, Leaside Harold, had to come talk some real football, right? Luis Ortiz, much love to you. Ramona Carolina Jones, what's good? Glad to have you here. Little Dallas Cowboy, hello and hi. Of course, Colleen K, congrats to you. Skeptical Fan always. Staying skeptical. Huge shout out to the man, Skeptical Fan.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Aldana, much love. Always. We have Dennyberry Sports Highlights. Hello to you.
Yeah.
Happy Wednesday. If it's still Wednesday in your neck of the woods, right? Asmodeus, what's up? Thanks for rocking with us tonight as well. We have, who else is here? Jason Renfro representing. What's up with you? Let me come back down. Bruce got the toxic juice. He's running on in here. Perfect timing. And I think that's everyone here so far. As more people trickle in, of course, I'll give them their proper due and shout out. So, baby, what's been going on with their Cowboys, the Cowboy adjacent news, the NFL news, everything.
Let's kick it off with some NFL news here, as we always do. But it's going to be touching on a couple of players that may have Cowboy, background / maybe futures. Who knows? First one, the background. Quarterback, Ben DiNucci. Yeah, you guys know old Ben DiNucci, right? The Broncos had him on their roster here last. Today they officially released him. They released Ben DiNucci. He's now a free agent. So that leaves now Jarrett Stidham, Zach Wilson, and Bo Nix as Denver's 3 quarterbacks. He was their 4th. He's gone. But again, you got to remember, they did, the Broncos did trade for Zach Wilson. So they, he's already, we knew he was going to be over DiNucci. And then they drafted Bo Nix last month. Of course, he was going to be over DiNucci. So it's not a surprise, that basically Jarrett Stidham, who probably is, at least he's played a little bit more in the starting role. He's already going to be the by far favorite to be the third guy. They cut Ben DiNucci. Some teams may pick him up, put him in there, especially now with the rookie camps. Maybe, I don't know if he can go into rookie camp, but he's got an arm for training camp at least. Maybe they got, maybe DiNucci gets picked up somewhere else, but he's a free agent right now. Former Cowboy. Now let's go to maybe. I'll say what could be a future Cowboy, and it's at the wide receiver position, and it's not the guy you're thinking about. Just want to bring up, the other day we spoke yesterday about Tyler Boyd. He signed with the Tennessee Titans, which basically, by him going to the Titans, eliminates any hope that they're going to keep their wide receiver, Treylon Burks. All right?
Okay.
He's basically a power slot receiver. Now, you talk about a number 3 guy here. And a lot of people like him in Tennessee. Again, but everyone knew he was probably going to be a potential post-June 1st trade candidate.
Okay.
Trade candidate. And because they're not going to cut him. Too much worth there to cut him. I think he's a former second round draft pick, if I'm not mistaken. But here's the thing. There's 4 teams that look like they may make a move for him or maybe be interested in him. The Vegas Raiders, the Detroit Lions, the New Orleans Saints, and yes, the Dallas Cowboys is an outside option there. If the Cowboys are looking for a receiver, which, are we really looking for a wide receiver? We know Gallup's gone. We know Jalen Tolbert supposed to be taking up the next step and getting that third receiver role.
It does sound like the Cowboys are still keeping some of their options open when it comes to receivers. So.
Well, right now, we don't hear. I'm just saying this is not necessarily even coming from the Cowboys. This is just like a rumor out there. The Cowboys are one of the teams, the Raiders, Lions, Saints, that may be going after Treylon Burks from the Tennessee Titans. What would it cost the Cowboys? Swinging a trade for Treylon Burks would be a day 3 pick. We're talking about 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th rounder. And again, think about the Cowboys. We got 4 5th rounders. So give them a 5th rounder for Treylon Burks. That would work, right? That's an opportunity there.
It's not out of the realm of possibility so far.
The high upside of Treylon Burks is why the Cowboys should probably pull one of their four 5th round picks. One's a regular one, and 3 are going to be compensatory picks from guys we lost this year.
Yeah, and remember, the thing about draft picks, as exciting as they are, you're still taking that risk and that question mark of, hey, is this guy going to work out in the NFL?
And a 5th-year guy, you're going to wait for him 2 or 3 years before he shows up anywhere. So you're getting a guy who already can start now. Treylon Burks, a power slot receiver, that would be a beneficial player to add in the mix there. And he could be he can still not, switch up there with Tolbert. Not like Tolbert's out of the mix. So I think that would be a smart move for the Cowboys if they want to go for basically a 1-year rental on a cheap deal and a 5th rounder that can help us now. Now, keep one more thing in mind about Treylon Burks. He had a top 20 in the top 20s grade for the draft on the Cowboys board. So when the Cowboys scouted Treylon Burks 4 years ago, they liked him. Will McClay loved him. They had him in the 20s on the entire draft board. He was in the 20s, like somewhere in the 20s. So that means that if the Cowboys keep that high mark still on him, because he was more it wasn't his bad play, it was more like kind of faded out of the game plan for Tennessee. So another guy sitting right there on a trade, on a rookie deal that's available. But, and I say ... there was a bigger thing to discuss today that is not a rumor or my hope or a suggestion. It is a reality.
Okay.
If you look at the front cover, it's that big question mark over Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver Zay Jones. Now, I discussed Zay Jones a couple weeks ago when he got released. And I told you guys, this is a player the Cowboys may want to risk signing on a cheaper deal, high upside. He's been injured a lot, so that's one of the issues. But hey, that's music to the Joneses' ears. And now it's official. Now we didn't sign him. That's why it's a question mark. But Zay Jones came in for a visit, a Big D, to Dallas at the Star and met with the Cowboys. That's a fact. That is today. Sources said that former Jaguars wide receiver, now free agent, Zay Jones, is visiting the Cowboys today. Jones already had met with the Tennessee Titans and the Arizona Cardinals most recently.
Okay.
Several teams are still looking for this guy, who's Zay Jones, again, former second-round pick. Now, he's a veteran that has production in the NFL, proven production. Jane Slater, by the way, confirmed this one, quote, I can confirm on this one, not clickbait. Team source tells me the meeting happened today with Dallas. So, we know the Cowboys definitely met with number 7 from the Jacksonville Jaguars, Zay Jones. He's 29 years old. All right. He had his best NFL season in 2022. That's one year we played them, actually. And in that year, he caught 82 passes for 823 yards and 5 touchdowns. That'd be great for a number 3, wouldn't it?
I mean, yeah, of course.
Now, the Cowboys, if you go, listen, I've talked about Zay Jones when he got released, because I remember him from the day we played him and how I was worried about him, but he was kind of banged up the whole year here and there, but he was having a good season, and he tore us into pieces. Do you guys remember him tearing us up? He had, I think he scored 3 touchdowns. He had 109 receiving yards, and they beat us in overtime. They came back in that overtime game. I mean, in that game, he had 8 targets. Out of those 8 targets, 6 of those were caught. 109 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns in that game against the Cowboys in 2022. So he has that star value. Of course, that was a game we had, we lost our cornerbacks, and he tore us apart. There were some double moves, and Kelvin Joseph couldn't maintain. We just got killed in that game. So, again, if the Cowboys are actually interested in Zay Jones, then what's the deal with Tolbert then, right? Because the sources are still saying the Cowboys love Tolbert. They love him there as a number 3 or 4.
Which, honestly, I believe it. I really do.
And he is currently, obviously ahead of Jalen Brooks, last year's 7th-round pick. He's ahead of Kevontae Turpin. And, again, I throw up there 2 names like Traylon Burks. That's kind of like, let's see if the Cowboys make a trade for him. Probably won't. But then you got someone like Zay Jones, who's a free agent, who the Cowboys signed Zay Jones. And where would he sit? It would be somewhere where I think it'd be more positional need. Also, you got a little bit of red zone, activity where you could bring in a Zay Jones for the red zone area. He's taller. So there's some areas you can utilize your 3 and 4 receivers. Still, both of them very important to your game plan. So if Zay Jones comes in with Tolbert as the number 3-4, we're still okay on that situation. So that's where the Cowboys are sitting. Like, you're looking from their perspective. Let's look at Zay Jones.
Yeah.
Like, as a player. He's been in the league since 2017. He was drafted by the Buffalo Bills, the 2nd round, and then, was last with the Jacksonville Jaguars. His most productive year, like I said, was 2022. 823 yards and 82 catches and 5 touchdowns. If we had our 3rd receiver get those numbers, I would have no problems with anything on that. Wouldn't you guys like that? He's got to stay healthy, though. Again, most of his reps, when he lined up, when we talked about Traylon Burks as a power slot, but Zay Jones is more of he could go inside or outside, but he's more of an outside receiver. He basically, most of his reps came on the outside, as an outside perimeter receiver when he was at Jacksonville. But he does have flexibility to play sometimes in the slot. The Cowboys like that double kind of the ability to be versatile with receivers in the slot and on the perimeter. So that's another reason you can see him. The Cowboys are interested in him for that reason. The Cowboys like players on the outside that are number 3 receivers because it allows them to play CeeDee Lamb in the slot. You can mix and match them like that. They could have CeeDee on the outside. They like also that Zay Jones maybe once in a while playing the slot. Although Brandon Cooks would just slot, could also drop into the slot, and Zay Jones takes the other angle, the other outside perimeter receiver.
Agrees with you, saying yes, kick Cooks inside.
And that's what I'm saying. Again, but the Cowboys love CeeDee Lamb in the slot.
They do.
And CeeDee Lamb is the best receiver in the NFL. Since he's been in the league, he's the best slot receiver in the NFL. CeeDee Lamb. So the thing is this: I like Brandon Cooks. When you don't push CeeDee Lamb into the slot, then you push Brandon Cooks in the slot, and you still have Zay Jones on the outside. Although, like I said, Zay Jones can still play some slot if he needed to. So that's also good there. But they like a perimeter receiver, number 3 guy, to be an outside guy, kind of like a Michael Gallup, where he can't play slot. He's an outside, forces CeeDee Lamb inside. This way, it kind of forces CeeDee Lamb inside or forces Brandon Cooks inside, but you still have an options with all 3 receivers to be perimeter or to be in the slot. So either way, guys, Cowboys like this here, and they like CeeDee Lamb in the slot as much as possible, where he's the best receiver in since he came into the NFL at that position. But money is going to be the major issue for the Cowboys here. He's not signed yet, and I'm going to give you some information why I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay.
But money is going to be the major issue here, and the Cowboys do have a couple of advantages. I will say the Cowboys have a couple of advantages, and when he was cut, I brought these up. He was born in Dallas, all right? There's a reason for that, though.
Okay.
He's the son of former Dallas Cowboy Robert Jones, linebacker, back in the 90s, who won a Super Bowls with us. And I do remember Robert. I mean, some of you guys might not remember Robert Jones, but yes, solid player right there. Kevin Norton Jr. in the middle. And Robert Jones, from Dallas, played for the Cowboys. His son, of course, Zay Jones, receiver, born in Dallas, lived in Dallas, right? So this, for Zay Jones, coming to the Cowboys would be fantastic for us to upgrade our receiving core. Last year, why am I not talking about last year? We're talking about 2022, not 2023. Last year, he was injured. So his production was not that good last year, like production-wise, because he didn't play that much. But he does have the skill set to be the Cowboys' day one third wide receiver on this team. I would think if we get Zay Jones, he is jumping Jalen Tolbert. You guys feel me on this?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the way I'm seeing this move. The Cowboys do kind of push this here. The Cowboys are also very happy and very, very much want to see Jalen Tolbert kind of take the reins. You know, now he's, what is he, number 1 now? His jersey number is number 1. So he's going to try to play like a starter, I hope. But the Cowboys really like him, guys. But without question, let me just give you this breakdown. Without question, you could put someone like Jalen Tolbert on the field and someone like Zay Jones, they're both healthy. Just so you guys know, our team would be much better with Zay Jones on the field.
Oh, yeah.
If he's healthy, of course. Than a Tolbert. Than a Jalen, because he is far more proven and accomplished than Jalen Tolbert. And he still holds a bit of an advantage, I would say, over him.
Tom, by the way, is asking, what would his contract value? It's hard to see what the Cowboys plan on doing when they haven't made their contract extensions. Like, when we haven't finished, dotting our I's and crossing our T's with our own guys, it's hard for us to sit there and actually evaluate our free agent spending amount. I mean, I think that's a really valid point. We've also mentioned several times throughout this offseason, I wish we didn't have to, but the choice of our front office to wait the way that they have, it does limit our choices when it comes to moments like this because we don't have that same current liquid capital to mess around with and maybe bring in, better talent at any position. Just whatever position that the Cowboys feel like they still would like better talent.
Yeah, so. I listen. I understand that. I'm still trying to figure it out. The Cowboys are going to probably lowball him, and they're going to miss out on getting Zay Jones, probably on the cheaper side of things. It's more about the incentives to me. Mm-hmm. Incentives. The Cowboys don't mind going to normal incentives. Then we could get Zay Jones. It could be up to $4 million or $3 million, but it might be 1.5 guaranteed. I don't see it being anywhere near over $4 million for Zay Jones. $4.5 million with incentives and everything added up. So it's going to be under $4 million in my opinion. If Zay Jones is going to sign with the Cowboys. We got Jacob Vasquez in the house dropping that $3 house. That Brandon Cook's cooking with that 3 on it. What did Jacob say as I'm moving him up the board as we speak?
He said, "What's good, y'all? Yeah. Cooks, holla, and go Cowboys."
Hell yeah, that's a Cooks drop right there. You know it. Much love to you, Jacob Vasquez. And as always, go Cowboys. You know it.
Ooh. Thank you so much. But yeah, let me kind of roll back a little bit here.
No, it's a good question to find out what is going to be the cost for someone like a Zay Jones, the market for him. Not just because of our I guess money expenditures have been. It's been under $1 million basically, other than Zeke. But it's also like, what other deals will they get from other teams? There's at least 3 other teams, now 4 teams that are interested in Zay Jones. I'll explain in a minute here. We're not done with Zay Jones. Go ahead, baby. Any other quick comments on this?
Let me see here. Micah said, Zay Jones is enough to Zay Jones enough to actually pay him. There you go. Tyrone Church said 2.5 to 3 million at most. But the Chiefs gave him around 3 to 4 million. So basically, even what he ended up getting was still more than what some of you guys in the chat still feel like he was worth, right? So,
what?
Yeah, Tyron Church said we're still getting $12 million in June.
Yeah, from the Michael Gallup stuff, but that money is going to be. I'm kind of confused because we didn't give him anything yet.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, okay. I just want to say that $12 million we're going to get, 11 and a half, whatever it is. Most of it's from Michael Gallup.
But again,
post-June 1st cut. Yeah,
June.
but that's going towards, you could look at that as already spent money if you want.
True, I know you mentioned it a few times, but that money's kind of,
rookies and the $5 million we hold over every year to go into the season. So that's the $12 million right there. I don't even think about it. What we have open now, though, is about $11 million, $10 million. We can use that money. It's the same difference now, right? We're almost in June 1st. So either way, when it comes to the pay on this, it's about the Cowboys. Are they worried? Are the Cowboys worried about Jalen Tolbert? Are they trying to give Dak another weapon? Mike McCarthy, not even Dak, Mike McCarthy, a weapon in the red zone, possibly, right? For the right price, like a specialist. You got Zeke, who's more of a specialist, not a starter, really. He's going to be a starter de facto, but...
Could it be a little bit of both, maybe?
Maybe. I'm saying, like, kind of Zeke is a starter, but also specialist. He's not going to be the starter he was before. Zay Jones, not going to be a starter like he was in Jacksonville. He's the only number 3, but he's still a specialist in the red zone and is your number 3 or even number 2 sometimes, depending on your situation on the field, right? So there's a lot of uses that you can open up some thoughts, whether it's at running back with Zeke and that kind of move, or if we get Zay Jones at the third receiver spot with him and helping out the scheme. And also, of course, then helping out Dak and the rest of the team on offense.
So, and by the way, here we go. I was just about to say, I have to shout out the man Double R.
In the house.
Representing here. Much love. With a $2 holler. Do you know what he had to say?
Hit me with it.
Go Cowboys and salute Cowboy Nation.
Hell yeah. Much love to you, Double R, and everybody in the Cowboy family. Double R, and just so you know, he's what? Like, I know that Jacob Vasquez, I think he's like 4 away from a raffle entry. Mm-hmm. And remember, it's this Sunday. And the same thing goes for Double R. He's 8 away from a raffle entry. So, hey, much love to you guys. Thank you. Let me put him on the board here, baby.
By the way, Mike Aldana said the clown show is not going to pay any more than a bag of peanuts.
That's the key in the end. I think we all know what that means.
So, Tyrone Church said, no, they're just not waiting on development players.
When it comes to Tolbert. Well,
basically, like, it's not so much like, like these guys suck or they're giving. It's just that we do not have. You kind of pointed it out. You know, any kind of 5th round pick is going to take probably a little bit more time than a guy who's like already established. Right. So at least that's how I understood it. Please let me know if I.
Well, I mean, to me, that 5th round pick, I agree with that. But then you compare it to Jalen Tolbert, who was a former 3rd round pick for us, and to the Cowboys, they really like him. They would rather pay Zay Jones a lowball number. And if he says no, they don't care because they still want Jalen Tolbert being the number 1. No matter how we see it, guys, Jalen Tolbert's going to be looked upon as the Joneses' draft pick, and that means that they're going to try to push him. The only way they bring someone like Zay Jones, in my opinion, is if he takes the low ball contract. And let me explain. I'm not done with this too. Let me leave Jalen Tolbert up there. But again, Dallas native, breakout year in 2022. In 16 games, he had 82 catches for 825 yards and 5 touchdowns. You guys remember, I think, Zay Jones kind of, played like Michael Irvin did against us in that Jacksonville game, like I said, a couple years ago. Robert Jones is his dad. These are positive. Robert Jones is his dad, former 1st-round pick of the Cowboys in 92. He finished 4th in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting and started 44 games in 4 seasons with the Cowboys. Of course, also had 3 Super Bowl victories with the Cowboys, 92, 93, and 95. But in the end, like I said, I'm going to reiterate this. Tolbert's there right now, but it's money talks for the Joneses. So Zay Jones's ties to the Cowboys, to me, gives the Cowboys a slight advantage. The fact that he's familiar with the area, the Cowboys, the team. His dad is familiar with the Jerry Jones. So to me, guys, that's a bidding war. This is 4 teams looking for him right now. He is, I didn't say this, but he's 6'2", 200 pounds. All right, like I said before, he's more of a almost like a possession receiver kind of guy, but can also go down the field a little bit too as well. So he would give Dak another big-bodied and a proven productive talent on that field, another big-bodied target. So the other good thing about Zay Jones, he's comfortable lining up outside, which is number 1 for the Cowboys, but also in the slot. So in the slot or out wide, it makes an ideal pairing with CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks, who can also play all 3 positions, basically. Yep. So that is like my overview on the reasons why the Cowboys should go after Zay Jones for the right price. He is not a speedy player, guys. Keep that in mind. He's not going to be a fast speed ball down the field. He's not that. All right, we got Brandon Cooks. He's hopefully the closest guy that can get to that. But he knows how to get open, Zay Jones. In his best season in 2022, he finished 5th amongst all receivers with a 60% open target percentage. This means without speed, he does create separation with his route running and his big body. This is something that we've always hoped for Dak Prescott, not having to squeeze the ball in there in a tight windows. So Zay Jones knows how to create separation, and he knows how to get open, find the open spots in the field. Again, 60% of the time he was open, meaning there was nobody within like 3 yards of him. 60% of the time when he had his best season. Good to know. So there's that there, guys. I personally believe, I don't know what you guys believe, but especially the last 2 years of Michael Gallup, he is an upgrade over Michael Gallup. I don't know about Jalen Tolbert. I think he's a slight upgrade, but I know Zay Jones, if he's not injured, is a big upgrade over Michael Gallup. So I don't know. Gallup signed with the Raiders. It makes sense for the Cowboys to at least try to, whether it's Traylon Burks or trading for him if they don't mind giving up a 5th rounder, or going and signing someone who's a free agent, and you don't have to give up any draft picks, named Zay Jones. That's what I would kind of do. So, again, in that 2022 year, not only did he have those 823 yards and 5 touchdowns, he had 8 games with 5 catches or more in the game. So imagine Michael Gallup getting 5 catches in half of our games, like 5 catches or more. Mm-hmm. Like that'd be good. Like we had like 5 catches in 4 games sometimes from him combined. Like in a per game, we're getting 5 per game in at least half the season. That's from our number 3. That'd be nice. He also had 7 games with 50 or more receiving yards. So again, as a number 3, that is huge. Gave him 50 yards every game on average, or at least 7 out of the 16 games. And 2 of those games, he had 100 or more receiving yards in a game. So, again, and one of those, of course, the best game of the year was against us. I hate saying this. 8 targets, 6 catches, 109 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns against our Cowboys. They won in overtime and beat us, and they came back in the 3rd and 4th quarters there. Now, I want to end this Zay Jones discussion with your guys' thoughts in there, and your thoughts too, baby.
Of course.
But I do want to end it also with the update on Zay Jones. And this is why I don't think he's coming to Dallas. Former Jacksonville free agent today not only visited with the Cowboys, but now we know that tomorrow he's going to visit, on Thursday, he's going to visit with the Kansas City Chiefs, who are in need of receivers. So this little update here on Zay Jones, now we know the 4 teams, right? We know it was the Tennessee Titans, the Arizona Cardinals. He came to see us, and he left without a deal. So now he's visiting the Kansas City Chiefs, and it sounds like after he meets with the Chiefs tomorrow, shortly after that, he'll decide where he wants to go.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to add one last thing to this. Do you remember there's a time when the Cowboys, when they were, looking and hosting and visiting with a prospective free agent they may want to sign, and every time these free agents came to Dallas, the Cowboys wanted it done before they left the building. They wanted a deal done before they got on the plane. And, they would usually sign the guys they wanted and get them to stay and be a Cowboy, right? It's not happening anymore in recent years. It still could happen with Zay Jones. And, again, we know he's going to visit the Chiefs. Not a great sign. He's going to be with the Cowboys. So, to me, Zay Jones coming in, the Cowboys want him, but they're giving him a lowball number. That tells me, they're not, like, really trying to give him a fair deal necessarily. I'm not saying to overpay. I'm saying they don't want to give him a fair deal, because they got Jalen Tolbert, and they're kind of going through the motions. As Stephen Jones says, due diligence. So, again, the Cowboys, when they wanted a guy and they brought him in, sources say everything went good. They didn't get their guy because they're not overpaying, and they're not even paying. They're lowballing pretty much all these guys when they come in, unless they're an unknown guy who's desperate for a job. And he's almost desperate, except he's got 3 other suitors out there looking for him. So, right now with this Kansas City trip, he's got 2 already in his back pocket, and now the Cowboys today. Now we know the Cowboys with Stephen Jones running the money, and now he's just lowballing everybody and saying, take it or leave it. Zay Jones now goes to Kansas City, and he'll decide after that. But usually we had a guy going to different teams and coming to the Cowboys, he wouldn't leave the Cowboys without a deal in hand. Usually a decent, fair deal for both sides. The guys would not leave with that. And, they would come to Dallas, and then they would not leave. they would stay. Now, the last couple of years, all the guys that come to Dallas and talk with Jerry and to get, the guys that have Odell Beckham and other guys, they come and then they leave. And then they sign with somebody else. Again, and Zay Jones may sign with the Cowboys. But it just feels like they don't have that same magic they used to have when Jerry Jones was doing the deals. And kind of talking from the Jerry Jones perspective, slick talking business side of things, compared to Stephen Jones, who just seems a little schmucky and not really, like he's just kind of dry and cut and just like, here's what we're giving you, and we're giving you a great deal here, buddy. And it's like, really? You give me veteran minimum salary here? Is that what you're going to give me? So, yeah, it's not the same old, it's not the Jerry Jones team anymore. It's the Stephen Jones team. And that's why we will not get Zay Jones. A lot of Joneses here involved. Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, Zay Jones, Robert Jones, but I don't see another Jones entering this. I would love to say it's going to be happening. I would love to bullshit you guys and say, yeah, this is why. I'll give you the good, I'll give you the bad, but I'm giving you the truth. What do you think, maybe, about this? What do you think about this?
I mean, again, I do believe that the interest from the Cowboys was as legitimate as it could have been, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, the interest and the effort was real. But similar to pretty much 90 to 95% of any free agent or guys that we kind of look at, sounds like he was maybe out of our budget at the end of the day. So
why is that, though?
I
think it's because of these two fucking schmucks, specifically the one on the left, Stephen Jones. The clown show. They probably gave him a $1.5 million deal and maybe upped it to like $3 million at most. He's checking the Cardinals offered him something. Mm-hmm. Titans offered him something. The Chiefs have a last chance to offer him something more than the Cowboys, and he's going to say it. And then we'll see what happens. The Chiefs give him a little more than that, he'll just go to Kansas City. We can win a Super Bowl with Mahomes. Now, will he be in a system where he's going to be utilized as on a big stage like the Cowboys, as a number 3 more full-time-ish? No, he'll be better off with the Cowboys, but if he's there to kind of, look good and win a Super Bowl and be a team player with Mahomes, shit, why not go to Kansas City and they're paying you a little more? Mm-hmm. That's what's going to happen because the clown show probably, missed once again on another free agent that stopped in at the Star.
So
what's the chat saying?
Yeah, let me go ahead and hit up the chat here. So Raul said he'll probably end up in San Francisco or the Chiefs, and the rich get richer.
Well, San Fran's not going to sign him. It sounds like it would be Tennessee Titans, Arizona Cardinals, Kansas City Chiefs, or the Dallas Cowboys. Those are the 4 teams we know are meeting with him, and that's 100%. Niners haven't met with him.
Tyrone Church throwing out there, he's got a way better chance playing for us than playing for the Chiefs. He will be their, 5th receiver.
Yeah.
So basically, again, he might actually stand a better chance of even getting
with the Cowboys. He'll be a 3 or 4. With them, he'll be a 4 or 5. And an offense that, they really don't really care about who you are as a receiver. It's more about the scheme and Mahomes. With us, you shine if you are, getting passes from Dak and you're contributing to the whole offense and the offensive scheme of McCarthy. So I agree with Tyrone Church on that. For him, it'd be better to be a Cowboy. On top of that, you're on pretty much every week on national television. If you produce, everyone's seeing it. You fuck up, everyone's seeing it.
Exactly. James Baker, by the way, said the Jones Clown Show.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Let me see. Mike Aldana said the Cowboys are not that attractive destination.
Not as they used to be.
When the clown show sells them false hope.
Yeah, and that started with Jerry in some ways, but at least it still had the aura. Now with Stephen Jones, it's just cut it off. It just doesn't really have any kind of staying power for anybody to want to come to Dallas for those mystical reasons. That's gone. Jerry Jones ain't doing that. It's Stephen Jones handling that, and he's flushed us down the toilet. And he's been doing it for years. We've been saying since the Des Bryant, Jason Witten years of them leaving the Cowboys in 2017 and 18. That's when Stephen Jones started taking over. We had mentioned that way back when.
Oh, so let me see here. No, I think I hit up most of the comments related to that here. Because I know we already read a few of them. I don't want to repeat those again. Yeah, no. And, I didn't do this here now. I'll try to do it real quick here. But there's one other guy that, we have to make. It's a move that went down on the Cowboys team today. And I'll try to do my best to get him on the screen here for you. Because it is worth discussing. He is a receiver. And he was a receiver with the Cowboys. But no more.
And that's this guy right here, Martavis Bryant. So, yeah, guys, I know you guys love this guy. And he was released and re-signed on a futures deal. Officially today was released. We cut veteran wide receiver Martavis Bryant trying to make his comeback with the Cowboys. But I'm hearing there's other teams interested in him. And other teams are going to bring him in for a visit and for a look. So, again, we just let Martavis Bryant go. The Cowboys notified him today that they're moving in a different direction. And, they say the Cowboys gave him a chance to jumpstart his NFL career. He now can seek another team elsewhere. And like I said, there's a couple teams out there that are interested in him. By the way, if you're wondering what the salary cap hits on this release results in zero dead money against the 2024 cap. There was no guarantee. It was a futures deal, so there was no guaranteed money on him. We don't lose any money on cutting him. We don't get any kind of hits on the cap on that. And so our roster right now, we have the limit you can have right now is a 90-man roster. All the way up until like the end of August when they have those final cuts. So we have a 90-man roster, but we have only 88 players after this cut. So we had one open spot already on this team, and then now we have two open spots now that Martavis Bryant has been released. So we have 2 player openings on this team, and we don't have to make any more roster spots available if we wanted to add 2 more players to our squad. But here's the thing. A lot of people are saying, and I want to know what you think about this, that Martavis Bryant's release is coinciding with the fact that we are expecting to sign Zay Jones. So a receiver getting pushed off and a receiver going to replace him. That is kind of the view of, the layman when we see this and looking at this. And I can see how that makes sense. But number one, I want to make sure I say 2 things.
Yeah. The
Cowboys didn't have to release Martavis Bryant to sign Zay Jones.
Okay, so that was a choice they made, basically.
Yeah, I mean, there was a reason they don't need him anymore on the roster, and they decided to let him go a different direction and let him go, and the Cowboys going in a quote-unquote different direction. But a lot of people think that this is correlating. Number one, we couldn't have to release him at all to sign Zay Jones. We didn't have to release Martavis Bryant. We had 89 spots filled and 1 spot open. That 1 spot could have been Zay Jones. The Cowboys didn't sign Zay Jones yet, plus now they have another spot open because they released Martavis Bryant, which leads people to, now we're going to replace the receiver with another receiver, Zay Jones. So that is why I believe that one reason why the Cowboys didn't need to, this has nothing to do with Zay Jones coming or not coming to the Cowboys. Other teams are interested in Martavis Bryant's potential, so he's going to see some teams. The Cowboys were obviously, whatever happened, they were done with him. Now, I'm not going to jump the gun and say maybe something happened. The Cowboys maybe know something happened to him or about him in this offseason. You see him here waving by in the bottom right there. So, Martavis Bryant now a free agent, now being looked upon maybe by other teams. But I do not think the Cowboys are replacing him with Zay Jones, or at least it's just a coincidence more than it is the reason of this move happening. So Martavis Bryant gone. He's off the team. Now we have 88 spots taken up out of the 90. We have 2 open spots available on this roster. And I believe if we don't get Zay Jones, watch us get Tom Smith will be a receiver we pick up. And we say, see, we replaced Martavis Bryant with Tom Smith. Yeah. That's the move we're going to, not Zay Jones. That's what I'm kind of expecting from the front office. So don't hold your breath, guys. The Martavis Bryant move, I don't think has anything to do with Zay Jones's signing or non-signing in the next couple of days. We'll see what happens. So any thoughts on that, baby, on Martavis Bryant from you and or the chat?
I mean, I guess I wish him the best in whatever the future brings, but not all that surprised. I will say, I guess I'm going to say I'm surprised by the timing of it, because like you said, it was more of a cleaning up house, preparing ourselves for a possible Zay Flowers situation. So that's, whether we did or did not get him, like you said, that was something that they wanted to do. So let me go ahead and shout out and give a big mahalo to the man Marco Seppian. Hello and hi, what's up?
Yeah.
You know what he said with his $2 holler?
What did Big Mark have to say other than go Cowboys?
Bryant, another in a long line of hyped idiots by Jerry Jones.
And it's funny because he didn't have to even hype him. The Cowboy fan base is hyping him. Guys, I wish you can go to my short that I put up there of Martavis Bryant in the when we signed him. I wasn't hyping. I'm just showing him, hey, here's what he's doing. He's working out. He's a Cowboy now. It's kind of a way of showing some breaking news, showing some video of him working out to the Cowboys. But the fans, if you look at some of the comments that are in that video, you'll understand that it's not just the Jerry Jones that he doesn't even hype this up, Mark. The fans were hyping him up. So I have people in this, and I wish I could go down and read some of the comments that I thumbs down. This guy's, he's going to take us to the Super Bowl. This is the next Michael Irvin. This guy's the best receiver in the league. We got a steal here. What? Like, this is the way that Cowboy fans, a quarter of the fans think? It's insane to me. I just don't. That is the part that, they don't. Jerry Jones has to do very little hyping on some of these players. But yes, if he has to, Jerry will hype you. And 9 out of 10 times, it's smoke. It ain't fire. So, it's just I'm with you, Mark. How I feel about these Joneses, but it is what it is with them, right? So, Jerry Jones, he will continuously feed us whatever it takes to make a look at his moves. We're masterful. We're the best. And, why we're going to win a Super Bowl every year. Fits right to the Cowboy fan base delusions, in a way. I see Mark also on here. By the way, that one took Jason Renfro to 93 points, but I see another 5 on it coming down the pike for
That's right.
Mr. Mark Hovsepian.
Give it a second. I'm sure it'll show up here in just a moment. But yes, a big mahalo to the man Mark Hovsepian. Do you know what he had to say?
Hit me.
How about he showed jack squat? And instead of saying that they wanted to save face by not having to say they were 100% wrong, and he was washed up.
Yep. Talking about Martavis Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, answer.
So, hey, like we have said before, and we'll continue saying, this was a typical Cowboy move. Moving on from him the way that we're doing now is a typical Cowboy move. But yeah, these moves are not working out, I think, the way that the Cowboys intended. And it feels like it's been a little while since things have not quite worked out the way we intended when it came to some of these guys. And it feels like more offense than defense, right? Like, credit where credit's due. Dan Quinn was able to, I think, improve the overall quality of our defense on multiple levels, which left us with a stronger unit now.
Nope.
So as long as I'm just saying, like, as long as we don't deviate too far from that.
Well, I hear you. I agree with you. But I am looking at Mark's comment. I 100% agree. I don't know remember last year how many questions we had to do that last season. We had to take so many questions on when Martavis Bryant's going to play. Like, we're like, you're going to wait a couple of weeks. He has to get acclimated. There's no proof he can even pass up the practice squad guys yet, So he was still in the practice squad. So we're like, take your time with him. We got to the playoffs. Everyone's like, he's our secret weapon. No, he wasn't. Everyone's like, well, when are we going to play him? No, he's not a superstar. He hasn't passed up the practice squad guys. And we're talking about 3 months into the season. 3 months of him being a Cowboy. We got him for the offseason. He's not working out. And so I think Jerry hyped him, and everyone, everybody out there, the fan base, also hyped the name over the actual player. So, yeah, and he didn't do jack shit with us as a Cowboy. He didn't show the Cowboy front, his coaches enough to not just make it to training camp again, but to even get to the OTAs, like to the mini camp session that's coming up in a couple of weeks. So that's it. I mean, that's the way I see that there. Unfortunately, it takes people like, I'll say some content, not all content creators, but it takes people to give you the truth. Whether you guys know it, we can walk it through it with you guys. But some guys do bear mentioning that, hey, they have some talent. I look at the high upside on this guy, whoever may be, like I say, Sam Williams, whatever it may be, but we don't have some disagreements. Other guys, it's just bullshit, and we know it. When they bring in, a center battle between Farniok, and whoever. Like, whoever beats Farniok is not going to be a great center. He's just a barely good center. And that's the trick. That's not trickery. That's the way the Joneses sell it to the fan base. B-Bird in the house. Much love. As he drops that 5 on it.
Thank you so much, B-Bird.
$5 holler. What did B-Bird have to say?
Said earlier, if ZAY leaves Dallas, then he won't sign with us. You have to make the deal while he's in your facility.
And that's why I said that. B-Bird, I said this a minute ago. The Cowboys used to have this aura, this mystique that when you come to Dallas, they show you the facility. You're like entranced by it. You see the Super Bowls. You got everything is there. And then, Jerry Jones sweet talks you a little bit, gives you a fairish kind of deal, but usually a favors the Cowboys, and you get a deal done. This used to happen all the time when the Cowboys wanted someone that they brought in for a visit. Check out the last bunch of times we brought people in on visits, Odell Beckham and others. And I'm not saying I wanted them or not. Please understand. I'm not talking about we want these guys or didn't want these guys. But these guys they brought in on these visits and stuff, they're not leaving with. They're leaving without contracts. And it's becoming an over and over and over thing. Why do you think that is? Because I truly think, this is my opinion, that Jerry Jones used to sweet talk them. Oh, where is he at? There he is. Jerry Jones used to, Jerry Jones used to sweet talk the player, the agent, whoever it is, and it's kind of selling the Dallas thing to them, the mystique. But now, who's running the numbers? Who's running the salary cap now? Stephen Jones. And that is why you're seeing these players on a more, it's almost every time a player comes in, they leave. Player comes in, they leave. I think Rashawn Davis was one of the last guys that came in, and then he stayed. But he left, and then he came back. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are not leaving like impressed and wanting to stay in Dallas. They know the Cowboys are trying to pull the wool over their eyes again and again and again, lowballing them.
Yeah, and you guys have mentioned it earlier too. Like the draw to come to Dallas, that impact has changed. Yeah, like the star doesn't have the exact same pull. Now, does that mean that we still don't got it like that? Like, of course not. It still has its pull, still has its draw, still has its benefits, all that stuff. But that history and that great franchise that people wanted to be a part of, you can't tell me that with the passage of time and the current management, there's obviously a few people decided, hey, this just isn't for me.
And Jerry used to, again, sell them a little more, a little better, and work a little bit more with them. Now you got Stephen Jones. I don't see him doing the selling. I don't see him.
Star kind of sold itself for a while there.
Sure.
You didn't have, you really just had to kind of show up and say, hey, I'm interested, and let.
But Jerry's always a great. But Jerry's your buddy. Jerry's always like that. Stephen Jones is not like that. He's cold. He's not friendly. I'm not saying that makes deals, but it makes deals harder. And it just seems like
he's not as much of a people person in the way that Jerry is. So
when you hear a low ball comment, a low ball number coming from Jerry Jones, it's one thing. It's it's still okay. I'm not going to sign, but it's Jerry Jones. When you hear a low ball comment coming from this motherfucker, you're like, I'm not playing for this team. Fuck this guy. Fuck them free agents, as he says it seems. So they say fuck him too. So again, in the end, I think that's the biggest thing. It's the money. You can say it's the money. It's not really the money. We have the money to pay any of these guys we want. It's the front office, the way they handle shit. And let's hope, they hope that once we almost lost Eric Kendricks. A guy who was no doubt should have been playing for us. No, the Cowboys want to play hard ball, low ball him over and over again until they call, hey, Coach Zimmer, can you talk to him? Because he's signing with the Niners later today. We pulled him out of the Niners' grasp to take him to Dallas. The Cowboys have waited the last second for this shit.
Vasquez also throwing in there. You don't think the players see how the Joneses drag out contract extensions?
Hell yeah. They don't want to deal with these bozos. So I agree with you guys. This is what we've been saying this for years. The more you see these kind of things happening, what do we say? The less other free agents want to come here and play. Yep. You're losing that mystique, and it's a domino effect. Simple as that. And now we're paying the fucking price. Because we were seeing this when we started this channel 7 years ago. And it wasn't really showing itself as much yet. But as these years, we've been doing this here for 7 years.
Yeah, there's nowhere, like we said, there's nowhere else for them to hide.
It's wearing off now. That gleam is wearing off, and you're seeing it every year. We're seeing it now. It's just obvious. So you can't hang your hat on that anymore. Jerry's too old to sell. Stephen Jones is too cold to sell. So we gotta hope the deals are good, and they're lowballing. So nothing fucking works. Probably got Zeke only because Jerry Jones was involved, honestly speaking. So who knows? Anyways, finishing up tonight's show, and that's a convo, guys. I got a little rookie talk here. Since we have this is really the next page of the Cowboy news is tomorrow. But let me talk about today, and one last guy who's not at the OTAs, and it's not CeeDee Lamb I'm talking about. It's Micah Parsons. We know he's not at any of these OTAs at the Cowboys right now. Forget about rookie minicamp. Yeah. There's OTAs going on phase 2, and we got Cowboy players still at the facility working with the coaches, getting the schemes down and getting that kind of stuff. But Micah, we know CeeDee Lamb's not there for the contract.
Yeah.
But Micah, he's not there because the NFL sent him and C.J. Stroud to China and to Japan to kind of promote the international NFL, to the rest of the world, to that region. So we talk about Micah and the sumo wrestling. Now he's teaching kids in Tokyo some football, right? Just like he's playing defense. So the quarterback for this, it's like almost like a flag football game, throws the ball into coverage. Micah gets the pick. He's playing against children. Now, I say children, they're teenagers. He's playing against these kids that are teenagers. They're serious about the football thing. Again, this is in Tokyo. He gets a pick, and he's like celebrating in the kid's face. All out. You can watch the short. It's up there. He's like, "What you think you're going to do about that, kid?" And at first he was like kind of like in that football mode. Then he kind of smiled. But you see the competitive nature in Micah. It came out. It's so obvious. You know what he wrote about that video when people started saying, "Damn, he's being serious," because they're like, Micah's going all out in Tokyo when it comes to like the football mindset's still there. Micah said, quote, "Kids get no mercy on the field. He will become better." So again, he's just trying to say, it's funny, baby. Remember when we did our coaching stint for the kids?
Of course.
We would coach hard. Listen, they threw a bad pass. I'm not going to just miss the interception. So I'm playing defense. If I'm telling you got to do a better play. So I would take the pick and say, do better next time. That's what Micah's teaching these kids. He's basically saying, listen, these kids get no mercy on the field.
Yep.
Why? Because he will get better if you don't give him mercy. If you teach them the hard way, they will improve themselves and get better. And that's what our kids did. Damn, we were undefeated for 2 years because of that hard-nosed kind of mindset. It's the mindset. You don't have to coach anymore. You don't have to coach like that if you already have the mindset. And I think Micah has the mindset. He just needs to be told where to go and what the scheme is, but he knows what to do. So I want to add one last thing about Micah Parsons. I know a lot of people say trade him. Listen, we can talk to those who are blue in the face about that. He's not going to get traded, not now at least. But look at where Micah ranked. We talked about Dak Prescott in his career. How about Micah Parsons? Where does he rank among all defensive linemen and all linebackers in the first 3 years of their seasons? Now we're taking every defensive edge rusher in the history of football since 1966. And every linebacker since 1966. And look at their first 3 years. Where does Micah rank? Okay. There's a lot of players. We're talking about not just one position. We're talking about two positions here. He has started 50 games. That is number one in history. Since modern football. We'll call it history for now. 50 games he started in his career after 3 years. He has 40 and a half sacks in 3 years. That is fifth all time in the first 3 years. 51 tackles for loss. That is also the fifth best of all time. 89 quarterback hits in 3 years. That is second best in history. 47 quarterback knockdowns. That is number one in history. And he also has 131 pressures on quarterbacks in 3 years. That is number one in history of any linebacker or edge rusher. And that includes Lawrence Taylor and Derek Thomas and guys like that. Reggie White. So Micah is already generational. You see. I mean, if he continues, he gets another 6-7 years like this, he's one of the best in history. He's a Hall of Famer, and that's it. He's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's it. We know it, and he's heading that direction with these numbers. And again, not really showing signs of slowing down. In fact, in my opinion, like we talked about yesterday in Zimmer's defense, with the double A gap mug blitz, that's where you're going to see a lot of the Micah differences this year being used differently by a different coach. And you're going to get even, we kind of got a little, kind of stuck in cement by Dan Quinn and not really moving Micah around. I think Zimmer's going to breathe fresh life into the usage of Micah Parsons. So these numbers are great. I think they're going to get greater in the next couple of years. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, the last thing I'm going to speak on is, as you see on our thumbnail, right there in the middle, the rookies. They got to earn those stars. Now, you see this guy right behind Zay Jones. You see, there's one of the rookies wearing a helmet with the star, which some second-year guys are a red shirt or injured. Like even DeMarvion Overshown might be in this group with the rookies because he didn't get a full offseason and a really, training camp with the Cowboys. So he could be counted as a red shirt. If he was, again, he's not going to because he has the ACL tear, so he's rehabbing. But that's what I'm trying to say. A guy who didn't play last year, they didn't get injured, didn't play, but he's a second year. Now he's officially a second-year guy. Some of those guys are eligible to come back. Now, that starts tomorrow, guys. I just want you all to know. Rookies report to minicamp tomorrow. And does that mean they're going to be on the field? Not necessarily. It means that they're going to go into meetings. They're meeting with their coaches now. They're getting acclimated with the meeting rooms and the fields. So they're going to check in now. The first time they're checking in here at the Star, all of them together, and now we're going to see them on the field probably tomorrow, if not Thursday, definitely over the weekend, Friday, Saturday. This is going to be at least 3 days on the field work, maybe more. So we'll see some videos, at least some photographs of the new rookies with their numbers and their helmets with no star on them. Remember, Micah had to work for that as well. Remember that. So some of the guys we're going to see on the field, we know the guys. We know all the rookies. Micah is one guy you will not see on the field. So let me get Micah out of there. And, let me put the rookies, for example, of who you will see on that field. And, I'll put them. You'll see these numbers because they're going to have their numbers on. So you have, of course, in the white jerseys, are going to be the offense. And the blue jersey is going to be the defense. Just so you guys know, if you see any photographs, any video tomorrow, and if we upload anything, you'll know it. But you'll see all these rookies here on your screen, right? Tyler Guyton, Nealon, Beebe, LaFou, all these guys. But we also officially announced that we agreed to terms with 12 rookie free agents that followed it. Now, we had already had deals kind of in place, but today it became official that our 12 undrafted guys were officially signed right on time for this rookie minicamp starting tomorrow. All right, this whole group is signing. Let me put it this way: there's tomorrow when they check in, they're going to sign their contracts. So officially, they'll be signed tomorrow, right before rookie minicamp opens up. And tomorrow's check-in day, but on Friday, it's going to be on the field day. So tomorrow you're going to see pictures of them getting fitted for their helmets and that kind of shoulder pads and that kind of stuff. Then the next day you're going to see them shells and shorts.
Yeah.
But those same helmets without the star on the field. That's Friday, Saturday, and probably Sunday. I think it's 3 days. So this weekend we might not be live every day, but you'll see some videos, some photographs coming out on these rookies on that field. And of course, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the on-the-field mini-camp. Tomorrow's check-in, and they get their helmets all set up and stuff. So we're looking forward to see what's going on in Bruin with that tomorrow. The 12 guys that we signed today, officially, they're going to sign tomorrow on Thursday before rookie mini-camp kicks off. Running back Nathaniel Pete from Missouri. Wide receivers Cam Johnson from Northwestern and Corey Crooms from Minnesota. Tight ends Brevin Spann-Ford from Minnesota and Alec Holler from UCF. Defensive edge rusher Byron Vaughns from Baylor. Defensive tackle Denzel Daxon from Illinois. Linebackers Jason Johnson from UCF. And linebacker Brock Mogensen from South Dakota. And then 3 safeties. Imani Johnson from Nevada. Julius Wood from East Carolina. And Josh DeBerry from Texas A&M. Also, we have one quarterback already going to be an arm for us there. We also signed another quarterback, not signed, but invited him to our rookie minicamp. Northwest Missouri State quarterback Mike Honesi. He's been invited. We have 2 quarterbacks. I forgot the other guy, but we have the name. We have 2 quarterbacks, rookies, undrafted, that we invited. They're not signed, but they're invited to basically try to make the practice squad, I guess, or make it into one of these 2 roster spots we got open. But we need an arm to throw to these guys. These are the 2 guys that are going to be doing it. Kurt Warner has him very high in his list of praise, so to speak. And teams are super impressed by his skill and leadership abilities. So keep that name in your mind. I'm not sure if that's the guy that I talked about, that throws crazy passes. He was like mystical, but he played for a really small school. Because if he is, this guy, I'm going to check him out a little more as the week goes on. He may make this team, at the very least, as a practice squad quarterback. Northwest Missouri State quarterback Mike Hohense. I think I'm saying his name right. So keep an eye on him. I expect the Cowboys to Kurt Warner loves him, and a lot of people love his leadership and his skill abilities. We're going to see this in this rookie mini camp with these other rookies I just mentioned, the rookies that you see on your screen, and some second-year guys that are kind of redshirt rookies. So that's what we're looking at starting for tomorrow. Now, I don't know what our schedule is for tomorrow. I know we definitely cannot go live on Friday. So we may go live tomorrow and Sunday. We may go live, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll figure it out. But either way, we'll get you all the updates on what you need here on My Cowboys Family. But Friday we are off. We cannot do it Friday. Special anniversary day. Special plans made. So, and a special shout out from Skeptical Fan here with a $2.56 holler.
Ooh.
What did the man say?
Good night, chat. Thank you so much, Skeptical. I hope you also have a great night. Take it easy. I appreciate you for taking time to come on by and
Yeah,
show
brother.
the love, right?
Hearing the Cowboy, hearing our info on the Cowboys, I hope that we kind of wrapped it all up here in an hour for you guys and kind of got all the info factually to you guys. Whatever happens tomorrow, we shall see. Rookie minicamp, they're going to get their uniforms on, their helmets, and all that good stuff, but nothing should be happening on the field. The big deal will kind of start Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll be back then, I guess. That's pretty much a wrap on my side. Maybe any last comments from the chat as we do the shout-outs?
Yeah, the final shout-outs here. Of course, the man C. Bass, much love to you.
Yeah.
Representing Brianna B. Glad that you are. Double R, hello and hi, take it easy. Mike Aldana, much love, and thank you. I appreciate that. No lovely wishes there.
Thank you.
John Syme, hello and hi. Have a great night. Asmodeus, you as well. Little Dallas Cowboy, take it easy. Leaside Harold. I know you
What's up?
I know. I would say take it easy, but I know you like to take it hard.
Whoa.
Sorry.
I'm going after dark already.
I'll leave that to you, Mo. Anyway, Jacob Vasquez, take it easy. Have a great night. We have, let's see, who else? Double R, much love. Tyrone Church, thanks for rolling with us.
Tyrone Church in the house.
Let me see. I think we did most of the shout-outs. B Bird, thanks for rolling on through here, of course. A big mahalo to Marco Sepien.
Yeah.
Raul, what's up? Let me see. We have, it's as far back as I can go, at least on my side. So, look at that. MCF After Dark. I wonder who that is.
Well, they came out. What happened?
So.
Now, and by the way, also, I want to make sure I shout out those that rep the board right now on a new week here. Jason Renfro, the sponsor of the week. Much love to the man, Jason Renfro. But he didn't stop there. As you can see, he's also got 80 points on the Stream Boss. And he's also the gifting champion. Much love to Jason Renfro. Although that gifting championship board, he's in second place right now. Skeptical Fans in first as of tonight with taking that lead. I see him in the chat dropping the emojis. Much love, Skeptical Fans. He's got a lead there. But then you look at the overall board and the King of the Cash App. Well, actually, let me put it this way. The King of the Cash App is none other than the man, McLovin. Yeah, he gets his crown back over there. I think it's like 6 out of 7 weeks he's been the Cash App King. Or maybe 5 out of 6 weeks, the Cash App King. But this week, we have a new leader there and a new leader on the overall board from the star level, Marissa Sparkle. Still sparkling in the top spot right now. So appreciate you, Marissa. She is in first place here and on our MCF After Dark channel as well. So she's rocking the Cash App, the overall board, and the MCF After Dark leaderboard for the month of May. Much love to Marissa and everybody else here who dropped the love tonight. Special shout-outs, Dwayne Broussard, Skeptical Fan, Jacob Vasquez, Double R, B Bird, and Mark Hove Sepien. Yes. I'm actually updating the board now to make sure I got Mr. B Bird up on here. But baby, before we go there, before we finish this whole thing up, I want you to tell me and everybody else, why do we do this here on My Cowboys Family each and every night?
It's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything.
You know it. Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly here on this channel. We always rep that star over everything. And of course, here for 7 years and beyond. Never forget the number one thing here now and forever on My Cowboys Family. As always, go Cowboys. Let's get that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and beyond. But let's start with 6. Come on, let's get that. Thank you all for dropping in here, dropping your knowledge in the chat all night long. Appreciate those that dropped the love from above on these My Cowboy Family sessions and the MCF After Dark sessions as well. Remember, and I know I've said it before, and those that dropped the love today, I'm going to remind you all that the Lunatic Jersey raffle coming at the end of the week. But it does not matter if you give in the After Dark session as far as the raffle is concerned. This raffle is only for My Cowboys Family. Remember, people that drop the love in here. So you guys drop the love during these streams on the thanks button, all that stuff. you're in this raffle. So much love to you guys. If you're on the After Dark session, you're giving it for things going on there, it does not apply to this.
Yep.
So this is just an MCF main channel special. On that note, guys, thank you for dropping the knowledge. Thank you for dropping the love from above. Cannot do this without your guys' love and support. But now it is time to clock out and drop out for the night. Relock and reload for another episode. Maybe tomorrow. Definitely not Friday, but Saturday at the latest. Probably back tomorrow, though. I suspect the Cowboys are making some kind of moves. So we'll talk to you guys probably tomorrow or Saturday. And see you then. On that note, baby, remind everybody that before we can drop out of here on the channel, before we can drop out for the night, what do we got to do?
We got to drop the beat.
That beat's been dropped. It's a wrap right here, my Cowboys family. And again, a big, huge thanks to everybody who partook in our live stream. Those that are watching on the replay, make sure you hit the thumbs up if you're watching the replay. And comment down below as well. Hey, we hope you guys enjoyed today's, It wasn't a quickie, but it was definitely, about like yesterday, about a little over an hour of news, info, and updates on our Cowboys. A whole wrap-up of the day of our Dallas Cowboys. Tonight here we discussed another MCF Cowboys chat, baby. You know it. And yes, Zay Jones. Maybe hello, question mark. We got goodbye, Martavius Bryant. Micah having fun out there in Japan, guarding that football with his life. And we got the rookie minicamp here tomorrow. Checking in. Friday on the field. And we get to see the new guys trying to earn the star. Here, we always got that star. It's about that navy blue. That's silver too. And yes, that's star for everything here on MCF. What's the number one thing here on My Cowboys Family? You guys in the house. Can't do this without you all dropping the knowledge, the love, the support. And don't forget to hit that like button for the stream. Hit subscribe if you're new. Keep growing the channel. Hit that notification bell to all videos so you know when we're going live. We also post in Discord, so make sure you join up there. Follow us on all social media, especially Twitter, X, whatever, at My Cowboys Family. Hey, and that's pretty much it. Everyone stay safe, much love, and peace out. We see you all tomorrow or Saturday. Either way, no matter what, never forget, go Cowboys!